White Bowser that we have talked about or watched on this channel, I don't think we've actually watched this yet. I think I might have referred to it in passing, but again, we haven't actually watched it because I couldn't really bring myself to, but now I can, so it's okay. What I'm referring to is the video that Earl released on his birthday of last year. That's right, fellas, we're talking about his confession video today. Dressed up in full confession garb, his words not mine, he's ready to confess to the internet for his sins. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. I'm not even joking. He literally said that. A few things before we start. One, this is a re-upload. Thank God. Special thanks to Funny Guy for re-uploading this. And two, he censored it. Thank you. Thank you so much for censoring this, because Earl thinks it's always a great idea to just name drop literally anybody and everybody around him. He did it to his therapist, he did it to like his doctors, he did it to the victim, he did it to her sister and her brother. There are some names that are censored, there are some that aren't. It's specifically the victim's name that has been censored. And three, I did watch a little bit of this earlier because Smokey and Kiwi covered this video too. And they have that video up too. I'm gonna be leaving that in the description, as well as Funny Guy's re-upload of this. And without further ado, let's watch the video.
Bless me, O internet, for I have sinned.
I'm sorry for pausing already, but like, wow, what an intro.
This is the White Bowser here, and I'm showing up for a confession on the internet. I've dressed up in full church garb.
See, I told you he said it.
And, we're gonna get straight into it. Now, what I'm going to discuss in this video will be full transparency.
Oh, you're gonna be fully transparent, alright. Totally didn't lie to Smokey and Kiwi and everyone else multiple times already.
About what I did wrong at Imagine Macomb. And I'll do a part 2 to this video, where I describe what I did wrong on the anime Discord server.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot that he had a part 2. I don't know what even happened to it. I don't think I can find that. If I can, I'm gonna watch that too, don't worry.
Before we even get started with any of this, I want to preface this with the simple excerpt. I did not mean for any of this to happen. I did not prey on anyone intentionally.
I love how he had to put in the word intentionally because he still did it anyway. Also, not to mention the fact that anime server, you 100% did that intentionally. Don't fucking lie, dude.
And nothing was done that I wanted to happen.
Okay, I'm so sorry for pausing so frequently, but he says like, oh, I didn't mean to do any of this intentionally. Why did you talk about the victim's body the way that you do in this video? You'll see what I mean later. It's actually really like nasty and disgusting.
Now, did I make mistakes? Yes, of course I made mistakes. Will I man up for them and confess to you what my mistakes were? Yes, right now I will confess to you what my mistakes were.
Earl, I'm pretty sure a mistake isn't groping that girl for 10 seconds. You said it was 5, you lied. The police report said 10.
I dressed up in confession uniform because I am doing a YouTuber apology, I guess you could say.
That statement in itself alone is enough proof to show that Earl is not taking this seriously. The fact that he's making light of this is so nasty, and he called this the day my life turned into an anime in the Reddit post that he made. He also refers to it as an anime-esque moment in this confession. I'm not joking. He actually said that.
But what I've realized is that this apology video won't matter. There's still gonna be assholes online who don't care about the apology.
Because you don't apologize.
I've said this time and time again, how I've received forgiveness for my actions.
That's a lie. Earl did not receive forgiveness for this incident in the slightest. All I'm gonna say is the statute of limitations in the state of Michigan is 10 years, so if the victim is planning on pressing charges, she can still very much do so, considering the incident happened in 2021, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one.
But still doesn't matter to assholes on the internet. They don't care. You don't care that I received forgiveness for what I did. You don't. So, don't know really why I'm doing this video.
Oh, you do know why you're making this role. You're doing this so you can save face and taunt the victim more. Whether you intended to do that or not with this, you still did. I want you to know that. You've lied so much to save your own skin that when you lie once more to try and obfuscate the truth, it's only gonna make us distrust you even more. I'm gonna give him benefit of the doubt, in quotes, for this. Maybe he did actually write a letter and send it to the theater in hopes of trying to have the victim read it with good intentions. Maybe he did do that. But considering how much he's lied to us, to Smokey, to Kiwi, to everybody around him, obviously it's gonna make us think maybe he didn't do that. Maybe he is trying to taunt her even more in that letter, if he actually did write it.
Still gotta fess up for what I did. Still gotta confess my sins. So, I will now confess my sins.
Oh, finally. Bro yapped so much and he didn't say anything. It's so funny. He's like a little chihuahua. Yappa, yappa, yappa.
I started working at Imagine Macomb Theaters around January of 2019. And I worked there for almost 3 years, up until June of 2021.
Oh, I did get it right. It was 2021.
One thing you really have to understand is I enjoyed every single moment of working at Imagine Macomb. I had plenty of friends working at Imagine Macomb.
No, that's wrong.
Didn't the police report say that the women around you were super uncomfortable with the way that you acted, especially around them? Kinda weird how that works, right?
I was known as the popcorn machine because I would serve popcorn to tons of customers super fast.
Okay, Earl, I really don't care about your yapping. Just get to the point.
There was never a dull moment working at Imagine Macomb. I enjoyed all my coworkers. I enjoyed their company. I enjoyed the friends I made. And I really was the spirit of the workplace.
Okay, I was gonna skip over this, but since Earl had to open his mouth and start yapping again, we're not skipping over this part. There is absolutely no way that you were the spirit of that workplace. Considering that the women around you were uncomfortable, I don't think the spirit of the workplace does that. The spirit of the workplace would make everyone feel safe and welcome and comforted in this line of work. Imagine being so entitled and so selfish that after you committed a literal crime, you still have the balls to say that you were the spirit of the workplace when everyone around you didn't like you and felt unsafe. Imagine.
There was a time working at Imagine Macomb where I was offered a supervisory position just before this accident happened. I was offered a supervisory position.
First of all, bullshit. Second of all, I would not want you as my supervisor. Hell no. I know you would take advantage of that and hurt more people. Actually, that's exactly what you did in that anime Discord server. Huh, it's funny how I'm right.
And even he understood that what I did was an accident. That it wasn't intentional. Even my best friend at Imagine Macomb, Gio, who went on to become a supervisor in my stead after I quit Imagine Macomb, he said, Earl, what you did to their cartoons wouldn't even hold up in court because it was an accident, because it was unintentional.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to laugh because of the censoring, but there's absolutely no way that someone told you that what you did could not stand up in court, in quotes. Also, those people, didn't you try guilt tripping them to send you to the mental hospital because you threatened to off yourself in Minecraft and said, oh, I'm gonna be on TV? Also, intent doesn't matter. There's a reason why there's first degree, second degree, and third degrees of these crimes. First degree is you premeditate it, you did it with intent. Second degree is you didn't premeditate it, but you still had intent. And third degree is obviously completely involuntary. From the sounds of it, you didn't intend to move your hand away after 10 seconds.
How can I be a sex offender if what I did was unintentional? If what I did truly was an accident?
Well, lucky for you, Earl, I did Google it. And from the sounds of the crime that you committed, it does sound like you committed the 4th degree within the state of Michigan, which is unwanted touching. So, congrats. You most likely might get charged with that if your victim decides to take this to court. Again, I hope she does. I will leave a link to where I found this information, although I will also state my definition of 4th degree is very vague, considering that there's a lot of intricacies within the state of Michigan's definition of it.
I feel shame for what I did. a real sex offender would feel pleasure for what they did. I feel the exact opposite of pleasure. I feel disgust for what I did. I do.
You called the crime an anime-esque moment, and then you also talked about how her sister had the better genes. Your words, not mine. I can't tell you the amount of times I've actually had to reference that.
What I don't understand, I was 18 years old at the time this happened.
That's a lie. She was 17. Also, not to mention when you found out that you went on to Smokey and Kiwi's podcast and even told them that to their faces.
She was 18 years old. And to anyone online who wants to say that I sexually assaulted a minor, you're wrong. And I know you're wrong.
We're right, and I know we're right, because you confirmed it on Smokey and Kiwi's podcast. Also, let's take the age out of the equation for a moment. It's still assault, it's still wrong. The fact that she was 17 makes it even worse.
So, to anyone online who wants to say I assaulted a 17-year-old, 16-year-old, 14-year-old, 8-year-old, you're telling lies.
No, Earl, you're telling lies. You lied about her age. You lied about her being 18 to make yourself quote-unquote look better, when in reality, you still assaulted somebody. You still did that crime.
You're telling straight lies. You're only telling those lies to make you feel better about yourself.
We have nothing to gain from saying the victim's actual age was 17. How does that make us feel better about ourselves?
On June 24th, 2021, Nick called everyone in the theater. He called everyone over in the theater to the corner of the theater to have a meeting. It was an obligatory meeting, which means you had to show up. I had to show up. I had to show up. Matt had to show up. Everyone had to show up to this meeting. Everyone did. You didn't have a choice whether or not to show up. You had to show up to the meeting. So, that was like the first thing that set the stage. You know, everyone was obliged to show up to the meeting. The human resources manager, Nick, made you show up there. So everyone showed up to the meeting. This meeting was meant to close down the theater quickly, efficiently, and effectively.
Isn't me or is bro just yapping just to not talk about the situation at hand?
Most of you know this part of the story, okay? One thing that was customary to do during the obligatory human resources meeting was everyone would put their hand in the middle and say, "Go imagine," right? Well,
Good.
didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do the Power Rangers-esque "Go imagine" bit. She didn't want to do it.
I hate to be laughing at this again, but like, the fact that the censor is Earl's meltdown is just so funny to me. I can't help but laugh.
I have to learn to forgive myself for what I did.
Considering the way that you talked about the victim when you did the crime, it sounds like you already did. Sounds like you didn't really have any remorse. You guys will hear that later, I promise.
But let me just explain what I did. Walked this way. I swung my left arm over, grabbed her left shoulder. She turned around, way too fast for me to react. My hand slipped. It touched her chest. That's what you call, and much to my dismay, much to how I hate to admit it.
You hate to admit it, but you're also about to degrade her.
I groped someone. Yes. I groped a woman. And that is my own sin that I have to bear, that I had to ask for forgiveness for.
And you never got it. You never got that forgiveness. Thank God.
Now, bear in mind, I was really quite in shock when the whole thing went down. I had never touched a before.
See? Right there. Right there. He's getting some pleasure out of it, I swear to God. If that isn't that, then I don't know what is.
I was just sort of frozen in place.
Yeah, frozen in place for 10 seconds. 10 seconds too long. Way too long.
Now, I only, quote-unquote, groped her for 5 seconds.
Again, this is a lie. The police report confirmed that it was 10.
Max. Doesn't matter. I still did something wrong. I still have to fess up for what I did. My first mistake really was when I grabbed her shoulder. I shouldn't have done that. I recall when I was talking with the general manager of the theater, John, at the time, he said to me in a sort of fatherly-esque way, "You're not getting punished for your first mistake. Wasn't when she turned around and you touched her chest. Your first mistake was when you grabbed her shoulder." And he's right. He's right. That was my first mistake. That was something I never should have done.
Did anyone else pick up on the fact that he almost said you shouldn't face any repercussions? Did anyone else notice that? Chances are he's probably going to say, "Oh, I didn't face any repercussions." That's a lie. The police report also confirmed that he got fired.
And I felt the utmost shame and disgust after what happened had happened.
I know I keep repeating myself, but so does he. I want everyone to remember that within this same exact video, he degrades the victim he already did a little bit earlier. Not only that, he's also going to say that the sister of the victim had the better genes. Again, making fun of this entire situation.
My hand slipped and touched her chest, that's all I can say. It truly was an anime-esque moment. Kind of fitting since I'm such an anime nerd, but I digress.
See, right there. He's already making fun of the situation, calling it an anime moment. As another anime fan, Earl, anime fan to anime fan, you are disgusting. You are despicable. I don't even know how you can call something like that, especially since you're the perpetrator. I don't know how you can call that an anime moment at all. That is disgusting.
Days after that incident passed, I kind of went home after that because my manager, who saw it happen, he dismissed me early. Didn't really tell me what I did.
Pretty sure he's changed up his story from when he's told it to other people. Pretty sure that he said that he clocked out and just walked right the fuck on out after the incident, and other times where he's told this story.
I hadn't even realized what I did. I had groped a woman and not even had any recollection nor memory of it happening because it happened so fast.
That's interesting that you say that, considering how much you've already told regarding this specific incident. Not to mention the fact that you go into detail when you really shouldn't be if you don't remember it.
Because I was in shock of touching a... You know, the craziest part is that she was kind of a flat chest.
See, this is exactly what I'm referring to. Imagine the victim takes Earl to court over this and actually sues him and shows this video. Imagine how that would go. Certainly not in his favor, that's for sure.
She was like no bigger than a B cup.
Listen to that laugh. This is the laugh of a man who says that he feels guilt and shame over this. Keep that in mind. He feels guilt and shame according to him. And he laughs like that? Just keep that in mind.
It was actually her twin sister who got the good genes.
Those truly are the words of a man who is guilty and shameful and remorseful for what he has done to somebody else. Those are 100% guaranteed the words of somebody who feels shame and remorse and guilt for what they have done, for the crime that they have committed. That is totally what a remorseful, guilty person would say.
But we're gonna stop talking like an asshole.
No, you should stop talking, period. I think we're done here. I don't know about you guys, but I think Earl truly has proved how remorseful and guilty for everything that he's done. I don't know, this video truly shows how he is such a remorseful, guilty man. I don't know how you can't see that after watching this. I don't know about you guys, but I'm in dire need of a palate cleanser, so here's this very old video of Pumpkin when she was just a little baby cat. Look at her, she's so cute. I wish I had more footage of like the cats, but so far I haven't really gotten much, and I apologize for that. Oh, also there's Momo. Say hi to Momo. But back onto the topic of Earl, I think we proved enough that he's such a guilty, remorseful man, guys. There's no way that he isn't, considering the way that he talked about the victim like that, and you know, name dropped everybody in such a nice, generous, kind way. Why did he think that this confession was a good idea? Because it made him look so much worse than he already did. It's just, oh my god, it's so bad. I want to take the time to apologize for not uploading in like 2 months, because like I got sick at the beginning of December, then I also got like a new job, and that just drained me, and I had to get used to the schedule, and then January happened, got sick again. It was bad. It was bad. Hell, in December I even lost my voice. That was fun. But now that I'm actually kind of like getting back into the swing of things and getting used to my new work schedule, I'm hoping, keyword here, hoping, to get more videos out. I can't guarantee anything, but I do want to try and actually do that now. But hey, first video 2024, yippee! It's a friendly reminder that the White Bowser is not a good person. Just making sure nobody forgets. Also, I do want to say this. Earl, I know that you're gonna try and take this video down. Don't even bother. I'm gonna re-upload it if you manage to successfully do it. Also, if you try demonetizing my channel, you are gonna have a big storm coming your way. Just saying. I know that he's done this to Smokey and Kiwi, and honestly, Earl, I'm not scared. Actually, he tried doing this to the video where I showed screenshots from the server. Nothing came out of it, the video's still up, I didn't get harmed. Everything is all good. And that's it, that's the end of the video. If you liked it, give it a like, comment your thoughts down below, please consider subscribing, and that's it. See you guys later!